That was a 98. 101. However fast my hands will go without the gun, I want those same hands to go at that same speed with the gun. Hey folks, welcome to Memphis. This video is split up into 3 different sections. We got the prep, we have dry fire, and then we're gonna have some live fire. Let's talk about the prep for a second. This target right here is what we call a negative target. We cut the center out of this target so that we don't fixate on our holes. You see, I'm a very accuracy-driven type of guy, but lately I've been leaning towards the speed side of the camp. Which one is more important, accuracy or speed? The answer is yes. They're both important. Yes, you gotta get your hits, but you also gotta get those hits before your adversary. So to keep us from fixating on our holes and on our hits, what I did was I cut the center out of this target. Is there a reason why I cut a little bit extra out of the target? Yeah, because I was using this for my dot torture video. I forgot to bring a different target out, so we're just gonna work with what we got. All right, so now we're gonna work on the dry fire portion. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear my gun. I see it clear, and I feel it clear. So our draw is gonna come down to 3 steps. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, okay? And let's break that down for a second. 1, here I'm gonna get all of the grip I'm going to get, with the exception of the thumb. Let's go ahead and drop this down just a little bit. So here at 1, I want my hand to basically get all the grip I'm going to get, with the exception of my thumb. My thumb just lays on the back of my hammer. If I had a striker fire gun, it would lay on the back of my rear sights. And I could actually practice that in dry fire. 1, and relax. 1, and relax. This support hand, what it does is it simply sweeps the shirt up just like a windshield wiper. And so when it gets about to where my thumb hits my belly button, that's when I grab a piece of my belly roll and I just grab that shirt all the way up and bring it up to my sternum. My shooting hand then comes onto the grip. I want my 3 amigos, which are these 3 fingers right here. I want my 3 amigos all the way up the front strap, and I want my thumb right here on the back of the slide. So this is 1, this is 2. At 2, my shooting hand's only job is to deliver the gun to my support hand. My support hand's job is to touch right here at this index and receive the gun. My shooting hand is basically relaxed. My support hand is really the hand that's actually controlling the gun at this point. So at 1 and then 2, once I get to right here, my support hand takes control. So I'm at 1, 2, and then 3. At 3, my support hand brings the sights out to the target. My shooting hand's only job is to press the trigger without disturbing the sights, which means not using any of these other fingers to press the trigger. It's just this finger. So that requires me to be a little bit more relaxed with this hand so that I don't build up any tension and add any kind of excess movement. So my support hand is going to be responsible for lining up the sights, for holding the weight of the gun, for managing the recoil, and for transitioning between any targets. All of that is done with my support hand. And that happens as soon as I get to this touch point, this index point right here. So what this is gonna look like is 1, 2, 3, press. And then back to the holster. Now the most dangerous part of gun handling is by far, the most dangerous part is getting the gun safely back into the holster. So carrying appendix, what I do is I keep my thumb right here on the hammer, and that keeps the trigger from being pressed. What I do is I take the back of my hand and I bring it straight up to my body. I look down into my holster, and because I got a little bit of extra flab right here, I use this hand to move that flab out of the way. I then take the muzzle of the gun straight to the mouth of the holster without moving the back of my hand off my body. And then I slide the gun in. I grease the landing. From the side, what that looks like is like so. Now, another thing that can help me out with this is if I bend at the knees and jut my hips forward. And what that looks like is this. So in dry fire, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go at my own pace. 1, 2, 3, press. Then holster. 1, 2, 3, press. Holster. All right. 1, 2, 3, press. Holster. All right. 1, 2, 3, press. Holster. However fast my hands will go without the gun, I want those same hands to go at that same speed with the gun. Okay. I think I'm there. So for live fire, it's real simple. I'm gonna need a shot timer and this negative target here. We're gonna load up some ammo. What I want you to do is start a little bit close to the target, around 2 or 3 yards. Have your shot timer, but don't have a par time. Just have, we're just trying to see where we're at right now. Right now I'm at 2, maybe 3 yards. 1, 2, 3. That was a 211. 1, 2, 3. That was a 143. That was a 111. That was a 102. How you gain speed is not by trying to push, rush, try, hurry. That's not how you gain speed. The way you gain speed is you remove tension and you remove inefficiencies. It's more smooth. It's not fast, it's not slow, it's just smooth. That was a 94. And that was a 93. .93, a .94. And that was walked down from a 102. That was walked down from a 112. And I also had a 101 in there. So now let's step a little bit further back. I'm gonna step back to 5 yards and we'll see how we do there. That was a 118. That was a 104. That was a 98. That was a 107. 101. From 5 yards, these are the times that I'm getting. I'm getting a 101. I'm getting a 107. I got a 98. I got a 104. I got a 116. And I walked that down from a 138. So the standard for measuring draw the first shot currently is at 7 yards. Let's step it out to 7 yards and see where we're at. That was a 124. That was a 115. That was a 107, but it was a Charlie. Hold a bad grip. Had a bad grip there too, but that was a 119. That was a 113. So what we're getting at 7 yards, getting a 113, getting a 119, getting a 107, got a 115, I got a 104, 120, that was walked down from a 124. Here's the caveat right here. A draw the first shot's kind of a parlor trick because you can have a janky grip and still end up having a pretty decent draw the first shot. So a better barometer for your draw the first shot is to fire 2 or 3 shots to see how well your grip stays together. Draw the first shot was a 134. That was a 103. That was a 101. That was a 95. That was from 3 yards. I'm gonna go back to 5 yards. That was a 118. That was a 101. That was a 99. So what I'm looking at 5 yards, I had a 99, draw the first shot with a 7. That was with the 17 split. And then we had a 101 draw the first shot with a 19 split. Then we had a 1, that was walked down from a 118 draw the first shot with a 17 split. I'm gonna take it back to 7 yards and see how we shape up. That was a 117. That was a 110. That was a 109. I pressed that one off a little early. Man. So that was a 1 flat, but as you can see, I touched it off just a little bit early. I saw that dot come in high, and I rushed the trigger press. That's really what happened. I was trying to rush, try, hurry. I felt it. I felt that tension build up, and when I drew, the dot was up high. And I tried to push it down while I pressed the trigger, and I just didn't get there fast enough, you know? So I need to exercise a little bit more visual patience. That right there, this hole right here was a 1 second, and then this hole right here was a 101. I bet you if I gave it like a little bit more visual patience, a little bit more clarity, they would have been alphas. Like less than a box of ammo, I got a pretty good idea of where my speed is from a couple of predetermined distances, 3 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards. If you want to improve your shooting, if you want to get your speed up, then the answer is really going to be dry fire. And it really only takes about 5 minutes a day to get some build up some really good speed, but you're gonna have to do it every day. It really just comes down to consistency. The more you handle that gun and the more you dry fire, the more skill you can achieve. I know guys that prepare for matches, that are preparing for nationals, that are preparing for world championships. I know those guys, and you know, they dry fire for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours a night. And if you're preparing for a national championship, that's really where you ought to be at. If you just want to go to Walmart and not get shot in the parking lot, then you really don't have to do that much. You really just need to be better than Johnny Crackhead on the street. If you want to go out to the range and shoot better than your friends, if you want to be the best shooter at your range, that really doesn't require much at all either. It really only requires about 5 minutes a day of mindful dry fire. I also do one-on-one coaching via Zoom with dry fire. And if you're interested in that, book some time with me today. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Memphis.